quarterly magazine that can be found and read for free at www.issuu.com/Black Bright News. Now today's topic is about those phone calls that we get. This morning I got a phone call and they said to me, I'd just like to know whether or not you have changed over from your smart meter yet. I understand that you was going to move from a prepayment meter to a smart meter. Have you done that yet? Now, ordinarily, to somebody who had done that, that could seem like a genuine question. But for me, I've never had a prepayment meter, so it raised alarm bells. And what really ticks me off is that these people prey on people who are at home alone usually. They prey on the elderly, they prey on the weak, and they prey on people who are not clued up. And that's what really gets my goat. Because the other day, my friend's mother, I think she's about 86, got a call from somebody who claimed to be a police officer, who had found out that somebody had been using her debit card. And they said, you don't have to give us any details, but please call your bank. And I suggest you do it now. Now the poor woman goes and calls who she thinks is the bank. They intercept that call and she's speaking to them and giving them details. I don't know how it works though, because they wouldn't be asking for no PIN numbers. But whatever she did, they ended up getting, I think, £1,800 from her. And I just think it's a damn shame. I don't think people should be allowed to cold call. I don't think people should be allowed to call people on the phone. The other day I had people calling me about my funeral. And I'm thinking to myself, what a bloody nerve. Anyway, I think this is just really a warning that goes out. A lot of times you think, oh yes, you've got common sense and you're not going to give away certain information and you're not going to talk to certain people. But if somebody claims they are the police, that might make you, and especially when they don't want the information from you, that could facilitate you giving them information that you wouldn't normally give somebody who you thought wasn't from the police station. Sorry about that, I got a bit distracted by the telephone call. But yeah, so basically, please, regardless of who people say they are, if it's not your friend, if it's not a relative, don't speak. Don't say yay or nay. You pick up the phone and they talk about, oh, whatever it is they're talking about, whether it's a funeral plan, even though you've discussed a funeral plan, if they're talking about BT, if they're talking about, regardless of what they're talking about, do not give any information. Just put down the receiver. Only accept a call if you want to find out any information about your current accounts, whether it's with BT, whether it's with Skype, whether it's with the insurance company. You make the call. Don't accept calls. It's a shame that it's come to this, but don't accept calls, especially when you're on the elderly side of the spectrum. And you could be more vulnerable. And, you know, we still have that trusting element in us where we believe people can be trusted, especially if they sound nice, especially if they're articulate. If they're a bit foreign, you have your antenna goes up. But when a well-spoken person greets you on the phone, you tend to let your guard down. Don't let your guard down for no one. Okay, regardless of how they sound. If you've got a query, they pick you up and then you've got a query, just put down the phone. Doesn't matter if you slam down the phone. Just put down the phone and you call whoever it is you may have concerns about. At a time like this, I mean, most calls are free anyway. Depending on what mobile plan you have, you don't have to pay extra for minutes. If you've got one of those home plans, if you've only got one for the weekends, wait until the weekends because most of these companies are open. But you make the call. At least you know who you're making the call to. Okay? I hope that's helpful. Bye for now.